It's a great day to be a Coyote. Welcome, Coyote Nation, to another episode of Back to Pack Podcast, where we are going to be bringing you all of your favorite games, memories, and discussion with our fellow Coyotes. As the disclaimer, we have no affiliation to the University of South Dakota. This is a podcast ran by fans. The ideas and comments do not represent the university. Our opinions are our own. Be sure to find us on Twitter at Back to Pack SD. That being said, let's jump in. Gentlemen,
The
we're
mustache
looking
is
sharp.
down.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. It's like it's a 1970s Coyote game coming up here. Let's go.
Oh, I thought we were auditioning for a porn film.
PG, Mitch. PG.
I can't wait for the comments. The comments are going to roast us. I can't wait for this.
Oh yeah, they'll come rolling in. I don't think any kids listen to this show, Jake, but you're right.
Fair enough.
We'll keep it clean.
So,
hold on. Yote fan. Yeah. We got Yote fan in here tonight. We missed
Welcome
him.
back.
Missed him Monday night. Absolutely. Glad to see him back in here. Look at the stashes. Let's go.
Well, I think this can tell everyone what happened on Alex's lemonade stand. So if you want to go ahead and jump over to that.
I actually got a couple things here right before that, Jake. Yeah, I got one. We got to give a shout out to Coyote Nation, right, guys? It's the holiday season. We got Thanksgiving tomorrow. Got folks joining us the night before here, kind of a impromptu episode. And so this holiday, guys, we're thankful for Coyote Nation because we do this for them, because of them, and a lot of the success, especially with Alex's lemonade stand, is because of them. So appreciate everybody.
I'll say it, all the success is because of them. We're just putting the carrot on the stick in front of you guys, and you're just knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
What up, Matt?
I was gonna say I always say this, and I've said it a million times, but you ask Coyote Nation, they answer the call every single time. So extremely thankful for Coyote Nation. It couldn't be these cops and softball team captains couldn't be more happy.
Absolutely, about to knock it out of the park.
There we go. There's the first comment. Matt with the. It's like the cops started a softball team. Yes.
Mm-hmm. We even got our matching shirts.
Mm-hmm. Keep them coming. All right, boys. Here we go. Playoff mustache mode activated. So we tweeted this today. It is Movember, by the way. I don't know if anybody's talked about that, but we get that in here. We did talk about doing the mustaches though for this, and because of Aiden, we're teaming up here, guys. Are we looking for everybody to have mustaches on Saturday? Because that's kind of where I was getting at with this tweet.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
I mean, men, women, I don't care. You can fake it till you make it kind of thing. We saw Bob Out 2.0.
Yes, and there's time. There's time to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So I will say if you're a Sioux City Yote, check out your Hobby Lobby because they do have them at least on their website, but they're not in stores here in Sioux Falls. So we're gonna figure some stuff out, and if we can have some tailgating this Saturday, we'll have some mustaches laying around for everyone.
I was gonna say my kids were cutting out cardboard mustaches this afternoon, so I don't know what the end result of those looked like, but they were giving it the old college try.
Absolutely.
Let's go. All right. I love this. So the rules are simple, guys. Mustache has to be on by Saturday at noon. You can continue to groom and trim this because the Yotes are going to play off a while. So it is until we win the Natty. So like I said, several weeks here, but you can groom and trim it as necessary, but it's got to stay on through the Natty, and it's got to be on by noon Saturday.
Yeah, that is one thing you got to be ready to commit. I mean, I'm posting up on or closing in on 2 weeks here, so I plan on another, good 2 months here of rocking the mustache.
And we all just heard Erica scream in the background.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, no, I agree with Kate here. It's tough to take us seriously. Hey, Liz said I'm real close to looking like Andy Reid. Take it for what that's worth.
Ooh. That I don't know if you saw my dad at tailgate. I believe during the North Dakota game, he had the Andy Reid mustache rocking.
Yep. Oh yeah, it was his Halloween costume.
It was exactly right. Exactly right.
That's awesome. I love it. All right. One last thing here before we jump into Alex's lemonade stand, guys, is tickets. right? We've seen now the season ticket holders tickets have been released to the public, so you get a kind of a good visual as to what's open, what's not. There is a bunch open in the front row, or even in those lower couple rows if folks want to grab those. Some season ticket holders didn't renew for this game, so jump on that if you want a close-up seat. But yeah, we need to sell some more tickets because it's looking a little bit kind of sporadic and a lot of open seats. So we need to move some tickets here between now and Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like an uphill battle. A lot of people are probably a little nervous about the storm on this side of things and Thanksgiving, but I tell you what, the people that get in for this game, we're going to have a blast during it.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. I would, attendance is always a struggle across the country during this weekend or holiday weekend. But on the flip side of that, to Mitch's point, there are some really, really good tickets available. So you can go on and jump in and be on the 40 between the 30s, 40s even. Probably in the first 10 rows, I would guess, depending especially if you're only looking for a couple tickets, you can pretty much have your pick. So if there's ever an opportunity to sit, probably as close as you ever will. This would be a good time to take advantage of it. So we've got a big group, so I was not able to shift my tickets around, but I saw there's plenty of blocks of 2, 4, 6, even 8 somewhere in between the 40s are really good seats. So definitely encourage folks to
there was like 5 on the 45-yard line on the east side, and my group, we talked about it. We're like, should we upgrade to just swap out for those? And the whole kind of being superstitious kicked in, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm not doing that. But those are great seats, so somebody needs to nab those. There's a bunch open on the 30s, on the 45 for sure, so get those while they're hot.
See, I'm pretty confident those seats will get gobbled up here in the next couple of days. Those really good ones for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a scarf for the game. My chin's already cold. I'm not liking it.
Oh, hey, by the way, I got to show you something since we got Aiden on the page here. Check this out.
There you go. That's fantastic.
Yeah, we're going all in on Aiden. This is his time to shine, boys.
It is, and I should say too, tying that in with the tickets in the slide that you have up here. Again, if you're a diehard Coyote fan, even a casual Coyote fan, this is more than likely the last time we'll get a chance to see these seniors play at the Dome, which is kind of a big deal. We always do the senior night thing because you never know what's gonna play out in the postseason. But this is pretty much it. We need some pretty big upsets throughout the playoffs for us to be in the Dome again. I hope it happens, but chances are this is kind of the last time too. So keep that in mind as you make your decision on this weekend on whether or not you want to go to the game. If you're on the fence, I think you full send it and get yourself the Dome because these guys deserve it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, everybody knows these last 2 years prior to this have been a blast. We're still going into the playoffs as a seed. Who was the main guy at the helm the entire time? Getting into the Dome and enjoying it one last ride can mean so much. So yeah, like everybody else has said, grab your tickets. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Aiden deserves it. The seniors deserve it. They have taken this program to new heights, so for sure. All right, Alex's Lemonade Stand. Jake, you mentioned it. I just updated this right before we got on here because we had slipped to second, and we had a $500 donation come in today.
We had a 500 and 100 actually come in, so we hit the 600. I know I talked about doing the shaving the mustache at tailgate. Not sure how much time we'll get at tailgate with the snowstorm, so I want to make sure it was done and ready for you guys. So Mitch and Grant did try to bully me into shaving it on air, but I didn't want the noise in the background. Plus, I'm not taking the computer into the bathroom.
I tried my best. I wanted Jake to just be sitting there on mute, shaving a mustache, and really just derail the show that's already gets derailed so easily.
So you said $500, right? And we got that today, and so that's obviously why you shaved today versus waiting. But $32,334, guys. Like, what are we doing at this point?
Absolutely. I mean, I thought 26 maybe would be where we topped out at, and it just keeps going and going. It's, I mean, awesome. It's been so cool to see. I mean, obviously, it's coming down to the South Dakota schools really holding their own on it. We've raised over almost 60% of the money.
Yes.
Just between the two. Currently, we're sitting at $102,700. 102. So 6 figures.
Crazy.
Yeah. This is beyond anything that I could have imagined at this point.
Yeah. And actually, I do want to pull this comment up here. Kate started doing the electric razor, and then a piece flew and hit her in the eye. So she ran away and was gagging. It was kind of comical.
Man.
Oh my God.
These are all good. Yo, fan says look like we're going to a parent teacher conference for a bad report.
I think his best one was Mitch will have a firefighter calendar coming out for 2026. That's our other fundraising opportunity. My favorite though is the bowling team. I think that one's a good one.
That is good. That's good. Appreciate that, Yo fan. Oh man. All right. We got one more fun one before we talk football. This was too good. Guys. We're having fun tonight. Team chicken or team orangutan? Which one you got?
You got to give some context around this, right? So for anybody who didn't see,
all right,
put it as a slide.
Yeah. All right. The context, the background is, guys, they do the question of the day once in a while, like maybe once a week or whatever, with the teams, right? And about 4 or 5 days ago, this was the question posed to the football team coming to practice. And it was, would you rather fight a chicken every time you get into your car or fight an orangutan once a year?
Jake, let's hear it.
All right. So I just have one question. Like, I want to check. Do I get like a full year to prep for the orangutan? Or if I pick the orangutan, is that happening tomorrow?
I think you get to prep.
Yeah, let's go with the full year to prep. You get 364 days to prep.
You give me 364 days of hitting the weight room and boxing. I think I could take an orangutan.
So you're wrong, but okay.
It's only 200 pounds. At first I was like, let's take the chicken. You're feeding yourself, but then I'm like, yeah, you're starting your car like a guaranteed. I'm starting the vehicle 4 times a day during the work week. 5 times if I'm the one picking up the kids.
Yeah, that's tough. You're going to be scratched up. You'd be scratched up pretty good. It's a lot of chickens.
We're talking about 20 chickens.
See, all right, I'll give you my take on this. I think I'm taking the chickens, one, because you guys clearly never watched the show Man vs. Beast way back in the day on Animal Planet. Because one of the things on that show was the world's strongest man doing tug of war against one orangutan, and the orangutan beats him with one arm effortlessly. Like, he's trying with all of his might, and the orangutan just pulls and just knocks him over. So they're so strong, you will die. So you're basically, do you want to die or fight chickens when you get in your car is actually the question. But you start fighting chickens 4 or 5 times a day, you're going to get pretty good at it. So I've taken the chicken. It's going to be a rough first month.
And to Reed Watkins, I liked his answer. He said he would eat it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly.
You'd never go hungry.
Yeah,
it's exactly. A ton of protein.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. After the first month would stink, but you'd be really good after a while. You'd be grabbing necks, snapping them. It'd be no problem. Punting them. It'd be great.
All right, so I asked ChatGPT this question as well. So I thought this was pretty funny. I'll let the folks read it, but I think you got to go chicken too. I mean, orangutan. I mean, come on. Like, what are we doing?
I'm just saying, 364 days, 364 and a quarter days. It's a long time.
This is ridiculous.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I mean, I'm right. Free chicken,
but
you'll get good at it. It'll be fine.
I like the top con there at the chicken. It says sometimes you just want to run to Casey's for a slice of pizza without doing Mortal Kombat with poultry.
So I'm going to bring up Allie's comment. We're going to put 2 comments here together. She says, my question is, where are the chickens coming from and what kind of breed? But that ties in here with MW. I'm guessing this is Mark. But if it's Mexican fighting chicken,
Ooh.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden you're like,
you're talking razor blades on that team?
I mean, that's still illegal.
That's crazy.
Just
So they're
saying.
taking it as a weapon. You're changing
that might change the
parameters.
calculus a little bit.
Changing the parameters.
And
I don't like it.
also, ChatGPT mentions you might get a sword when you fight the orangutan because that's supposedly common with this question. But so that would definitely help.
You give me a sword and a year to train with that sword, shish kebabbing him. Done. Let's go.
Oh man, this is so good.
I was warned not to have this discussion, but we're having it anyways.
Who wanted to hear about football tonight anyways?
Exactly.
Exactly. It's the night before Thanksgiving. All right, fellas, the playoff bracket. One last peek here. Any surprises fans should look out for? Any upsets? Any teams that are popping out this first round?
Actually, hold on before you go, Jake. I actually have this written down because I wanted to ask the question more so to jump on that. I want both of you guys to give me a team that you think from the first round, so this weekend, that can win 2+ games.
From this weekend?
From this weekend only. Yep. Who could you envision seeing a run to at least the quarterfinals, maybe the semis?
So I will name.
Saying I'm cheating. I already started. Do you want me to go first, and then you guys can pick?
Yeah, you name your.
Go ahead. I have mine, but go ahead, Grant.
But no, okay, Mitch, you go first then if you've got it.
I was going to go Tennessee Tech just because they're higher rated than what they are in this bracket, right? And so I think that they stand a chance to do that. I think they get past UND, and then I think that Tarleton game would be a heck of a game. But to get to that round, Grant, I think that's one, and then my other one would just be Youngstown State, just because that offense is so dynamic. And I mean, obviously they have a tough road going out to Bozeman, but they could do it.
So winning 2 games, I feel bad for both Tennessee Tech and Tarleton. We'll say Tennessee Tech got screwed with the North Dakota. They're going to come in probably angry, and then you're getting basically what's been rated as the number 6-7 team in the nation going to Tarleton State. It's not fair for either of those two. But I think Youngstown is one that definitely grabs a lot of people's attention pretty quickly. I would be really curious to see how Harvard does. And that's an unseeded team even.
Yeah. They're hard to judge, right? Because of the conference that they play in, the competition they play on a week-to-week basis. So they're probably one of the most interesting teams to watch from this first round.
Yeah, I would agree. And actually, I'm glad you guys brought that up because I guess as it sits on our slide, the bottom left quadrant is really, really interesting. Like I think that quadrant has the biggest potential for, to your point, I think Tennessee was completely undermined in the committee's discussion. Like
them and UC Davis should have been flip-flopped in my opinion.
And I think everyone kind of had that. So I think Tennessee Tech, quite frankly, is going to be really pissed off, and they're going to want to prove to the world, like, hey, we're the real deal, right? So I think Tennessee Tech, but to be honest, I think Harvard just is an interesting team as well, just because we don't know what to expect from them, right? They only played a 10-game season, lost the last game of the year, to a rival, which is always kind of a weird game, as we know. So I'm with you guys on that. Tennessee Tech and Harvard are definitely 2 teams I'm going to kind of keep an eye on. Unfortunately, you guys missed the wrong team. The right answer is actually USD. So you guys forgot about the Yotes, obviously. But I was just going to say that too. But actually, I think that's the second most interesting quadrant is actually ours, I think.
Yes, I agree.
Right? I think that when you're looking, everyone wants to avoid North Dakota State, right, and Fargo. So that quadrant just doesn't. I don't see anybody making noise beyond, getting to Fargo. But I think our quadrant.
Here's one for you, Grant. Look at this one on the screen. I agree with you on our quadrant, but take a look at this one from Matt, the Lamar.
See, in that one, I don't see. I don't think. No. I hate to say it, right?
That's a battle of Texas schools in that part of that quadrant there.
It is a whole bunch of Texas schools there, but I don't know that Lamar's gotten much better from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, and I think a lot of teams have improved.
Their defense is what keeps them in games, but yeah, their offense,
Let's get Lamar hot. Let's get him back up. Let's get him up to the dome, and let's
there we go.
I'm all right with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I figured you meant anybody else besides USD.
I did. I'm
yes.
just giving you guys a hard
exactly.
time.
So, I will say the other one to keep an eye on is Rhode Island. I think we all have come to agreement that UC Davis does not deserve the seating that they're in, and Rhode Island. Now that is a long travel.
Yes,
all the way across the country.
As it gets.
You can't do much better than that. So that one will be an interesting game to watch. And if they leave on like a Thursday, I'd feel good about Rhode Island's chances, but it's a long.
I think you give Davis the edge only because they're at home and they'll be rested.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. Otherwise, I don't. If you played them neutral, straight up, I think neutral field. I think that would actually be a Rhode Island win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, but I think that I'll call it the Tarleton Lehigh quadrant is extremely interesting, but I think our quadrant's going to be very interesting too, with both us and State in that quadrant and Montana. A lot of good football teams in there.
Give me that rematch. I want that rematch.
Which one?
Jack's Yotes in the dome. Give me that rematch. Let's do it again.
Unfortunately, the Bunnies have to face their biggest foe of all season, playing at home.
That is true.
So,
we'll see. They get the luxury of playing outside this Saturday, which they love.
So, let's go through the matchups, and then we'll move on to ours. Sorry, I did not mean to click that. Southwest or Southeastern Louisiana versus Illinois State. Who you guys got?
Is this like rapid fire? So
rapid fire. Go quick.
Illinois State.
Yep, I agree.
I agree, but they did embarrass themselves, so I'm actually going to take Southeastern.
Okay, go Carson Camp.
Yay! Rhode Island or Central Connecticut?
Yep, Rhodey.
Rhodey by 3+ touchdowns.
Rhodey, same. Villanova, Harvard.
I went Nova, but I could be talked into Harvard. But yeah, I'll go Nova since you're rapid fire.
I went Harvard as well, but I could be talked into Nova.
I'm going to go with Harvard as well. Let's see what the Ivy Leagues can do this season. Tennessee Tech, North Dakota.
Yeah, Tech.
I think Tech large. Or no, I'm sorry. I was going to say Tech by a narrow margin, and North Dakota picks up their 600th close loss for one more quality loss for the resume.
Yep.
This one's so tricky because when are they? Apparently they can't get over the hump, but you always ask yourself, are they going to get over that hump? Will the next one be that hump that they get over? But no, I could see them losing on a last-second field goal.
I think the Yotes broke them, honestly.
Yeah.
They've been all downhill since then.
All right. Bunnies versus New Hampshire.
Yeah, I'm going Bunnies. Don't care who the quarterback is. They're just going to run the ball 50 times and grind it out and come out with the win.
Well, and that's where it gets really interesting. So South Dakota's run game has been kind of tough. They've been struggling. They did, I think, found something against North Dakota.
Yep.
But 30-mile-an-hour winds in a snowstorm. Saturday.
They'll run it 60 times then.
But right. So it could be interesting.
7-6 winner.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm going to take State just because of the weather. They probably know how to play in that weather better than New Hampshire. We'll skip ours because we'll get to that later. ACU or Lamar?
I'll go ACU. I just don't. I don't like what Lamar's developed throughout the year, but potato.
Agreed. Would love to see Lamar get it done though.
No, they're not doing anything. So
no.
I'm also with you guys on the ACU. Youngstown or Yale?
Youngstown. Yep.
Exactly. Give me the Penguins. So there we go.
All right.
Grab the permanent markers.
Grab the permanent markers. Send in the parlays. It's locked in.
All right. Uniform combo, guys. We are speculating on this. We have not
speculation.
This is total speculation with the sprinkle of Photoshop. We don't know because they haven't announced it, but we're going We're going red helmet with that black face mask that we saw against SIU, with the all black unis, black jerseys, black pants.
This is the Grant Luter's request special.
This is the Grant request.
Now, I will say this too. This is our speculation is an educated guess. Yeah. Because we're going based off of what the digital program says. So this is out there. This information has been put out there. I think we finally found that piece that works. And I'd say, we could do red pants under these as well, make them look good, but this is going to look pretty sweet.
I am excited. I'm so excited for this, as you know. This is, or say I always compared it to Oregon, which Oregon actually did their green helmets all black on Saturday, and that looks good. I have a feeling ours will look similar to that, which will be very nice.
This combo is going to look a heck of a lot better than the one at SIU. For sure.
I will say I wish like the outline of the paw was maybe black or something like that, just to give it a little more pop. But yep,
that's right. The hard hitting stuff right here.
I mean, she hears this on the regular when talking about stuff. I was breaking down the Iowa State uniforms with the whirly bird. So
we're passionate about fashion here.
Absolutely. You look good, play good.
Yep, that's right. And this is what's going to be. So lock it in.
All right, another guys. Permanent marker.
Yep, lock it in. Series history versus the Bulldogs, guys. Just going to highlight two of them. The Yotes have won 6 straight in the series, and they've won every meeting in the D1 era dating back to 2009. And other fun fact, the Yotes have scored 40+ in all 6 of those D1 era meetings. So something to note there. And with a win, we will tie the all-time series at 11 apiece.
Thank God.
Finally, yes.
Let's just clawing our way back.
Keep playing Drake twice a year, and we'll start looking real good.
Exactly. No, I mean, it's tricky to talk about this game because, first of all, it feels like we're repeating ourselves because we are. But you'll see more as we get into it.
Yep. So let's tee it up. First round playoffs, guys. Obviously, we're the 11 seed. Drake is unseeded, 8-3, 7-1 in the Pioneer League. They are the Pioneer League champs for the 3rd year in a row. This game is a noon kick, ESPN Plus. We got Jason Ross Jr. and Tyoka Jackson as the analyst. But as always, Coyote Sports Network, John Thayer, Gary Culver, 106.3. That is the place to get the audio, and it is very good audio. Weather at tailgate, guys, going to be tough. 23, snow, northwest wind, 15 to 25. But thankfully, we play in a dome, so sunny and 72.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, just all I say to any non-Vermilion Coyote fans on here, just cross your fingers and pray. Maybe that the wind doesn't kick up, or we're looking at the 1 to 2 inches instead of the supposed potential 6 to 8. So just cross your fingers, wake up Saturday morning like you're going to tailgate, and be safe if it's not that great out.
Well, the good news is if you're coming from, I guess most folks are probably coming from north and or south, which means 29. I have a feeling the roads will be pretty cleaned up for the most part anyways. Just like you said, take your time. Mm-hmm. You don't get there to tailgate, not a big deal. Just get yourself to the game. That's the most important part.
You know what? They should let us tailgate on the concourse just for a little bit. Just right in the doors. Yeah.
I mean, the doors open 90 minutes before, so if you want to go in at 10:30, we could just tailgate inside.
The problem is a 6-pack of Tall Boys is $8, and 1 beer at concessions is $8.
This is true.
So just chug as you walk.
Hey, I'm not telling you what to do, but if you have snow pants on.
Ice fishing gear. Yep, break it out.
I love that.
Ice is forming. It's going to be good.
I love it. All right, let's get into the matchup preview, guys. Again, this is Deja Vu. Quarterback number 3, Logan Inagawa, leads them. He is a freshman, dual threat quarterback. Another freshman, running back number 29, Nick Herman, has burst onto the scene for them. Even in some award finalist lists for Drake, he only played, guys, a handful, or maybe only got a handful of carries, or only played a handful of plays against us. Didn't really hear his name called too much, but has definitely picked up the slack for them after they played us. And then linebacker 33, Sean Allison. You hear that name a lot from the coaching staff. He is a stud linebacker with like 120 tackles for the Bulldogs. And then in the middle there, you've got their schedule with the results. And then on our side, guys, just some players to highlight that we think are going off in this game. Of course, quarterback Aiden Bauman, LJ Phillips, and then defense, we chose Mikey Munn. And if you remember, he had 2 picks on back-to-back series against the Bulldogs. So I think those guys will have big days again if they choose to pick on Mikey.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only the highest rated corner in FCS on PFF, so
that's right.
Oh,
you know, we knew, guys, eye test wise, that he was getting better and better with every game, and then to see that come out, that he's the number 1 rated corner in all of FCS, that was like chef's kiss on the season.
And then, I mean, we've all been talking about, we've been riding that high of Rulian stepping up too on the opposite side. Yep. And we've all been saying he's getting better and better with each game. And sure enough, he's number 12.
Yeah, he wasn't too far down the list, which is fantastic too.
Absolutely. So, I mean, it's right there. There's so much to look forward to next season as well with the youth that we have on this team. I don't want to obviously get ahead of ourselves, but it's pretty awesome to see.
Those two are going to be a real problem for the Valley for a long time.
Absolutely.
Guys, look at Drake and look at their schedule and look at what they did after they played the 2 FCS opponents there with State and us, and they go on a tear through the Pioneer.
Yeah, it's been kind of interesting to see their season develop. I think, to their credit, they scheduled 2 extremely hard, out of conference games with South Dakota and South Dakota State, right? 2 top 10 or 2 playoff teams in the FCS playoffs. So I think that actually probably helped them, get ready for their season. I think they understood what kind of level of competition you need to get to if you want to make the playoffs. Executed well early, just again, kind of scoreboard watching. But as of recently, I made the comment, offense has been a little stagnant for them. So despite only scoring 17, 14, and 13 points, still 2-1. I don't think many teams can come out of those scoring outputs and find two wins in 3 games. So I think that's where we can really take advantage. My hope is that our defense, who has gotten better and better all year long, can take full advantage of that. And if that's the case, it's going to be a really long day for Drake if that defense is dialed up.
Yeah, what team keeps it low scoring 1 possession games? Weird. I can't think of any off the top of my head. No, I'll say it too. Looking at this schedule, obviously we didn't know what to truly expect from them. We were all kind of impressed with how they handled themselves against State the first time we rolled around, and then going into the beginning of the 4th quarter, we're up 42-7. So it was the Drake of old. But in my opinion, when you look at their schedule this year compared to last year or the year before, there's a huge difference. This team is not compared to what they've done in the past. And it definitely helps when you have a true freshman quarterback leading the way on there. So, I mean, there is that on there, but...
Do you have his stats pulled up, by the way? I'd like to know what his rushing numbers are, because he is a dual threat guy and he runs a lot.
Yeah, and actually you brought that, say, Mitch, I have it up here right here, but he's actually their 2nd leading rusher by a pretty wide margin. To your point, I think it's Herman, or is it Herman?
Herman, yep.
Herman leads it by a wide margin. So he's got 960 yards on the season, and then Logan is the next leading rusher at 350. So pretty big drop off after that, but he is with 110 carries. Him and Herman are by far the biggest ball carriers.
Yeah, I think where you'll see Logan's ability on the running is more down in the red zone. He does have 8 rushing touchdowns, so he does lead the team in rushing touchdowns. But he's also only averaging 3 yards a carry.
Yeah, and I think to Grant's point, where this gets ugly for them is if we stop the run because they're a run first team and we jump out to a lead and they have to chase, that means they have to throw, then that leads to interceptions and it just snowballs like it did last time we played them. And that seems to be the formula against Drake for us the last couple of years, and we continue to score 40 points every time we play them. So I think that's going to be a very similar expectation going into this one as far as how it plays out. You get the lead and it's done.
Yeah. What I'm really praying for to happen right away to start is we win the toss, or even they can win it too. But regardless, I want to be the ones to receive first. Let's go score right away.
Yep.
And just put the fear of God into them. Do it. Honestly, if you do it methodical, it just demoralizes teams more than a one-trick play. Mm-hmm. But if you do go on an 8-play drive and score a touchdown on LJ's, 4-yard touchdown run, that hurts. It just knocks you down, and all of a sudden your offense goes out. They try to do the same 3 and out, and there goes USC's offense one more time doing the same thing. It's really going to be interesting to see how it goes, but I want to see 42-0 going into halftime and get those starters on the bench.
That's a good point, because I think we all agree that would be ideal for this game, knowing that we're coming off the bye, so we got to get some guys playing time, but at the same time, it'd be nice to only play maybe a half, 3/4 at most, and get some backups in there and start thinking about going to Macon, Georgia.
Yeah, I think you make a great point, Jake, about starting fast, and I'll actually say on the flip side of that, one thing that I think I'd like to challenge the Coyotes with this week is to make sure that the other team doesn't start fast, because we've seen that 2 weeks in a row, or 2 opponents in a row now, right? South Dakota State with the huge opening play drive.
Yep.
And then SIU with the huge long bomb to start the game. I don't think it was the first play, but within that first drive, 2 explosives. And you want to talk about keeping a lower opponent hanging around, go ahead and give them the confidence they need with an explosive play on that first or second drive. And that certainly is a little juice that a team can play with. So I really want to see that. I mean, you just, again, we always talk about the adage of letting a team hang around. Drake's no slouch, right? Like we've talked about that too. 24 teams left in the entire country playing football. You have to be at least a decent football team to get here, whether that's non-Scully or not. So really want to see our defense clamp down and make sure that we're not giving up any explosives early.
Well, and I want everyone to remember going into halftime, actually going into the fourth quarter against Tarleton State down in Texas in the playoffs, they were down 7.
Yeah.
It was 21-28 going into the fourth quarter. Tarleton State ended up pulling away 43-29, and we all know how they came up to our house then. But that's something to also talk about. Drake got out fast. They were up 14-3 in the first quarter against Tarleton. And the biggest enemy to a better team is momentum. And when that little team, when David gets momentum, look out.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right too.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and that's really the other thing too, is that I think for Drake, the only formula they have to win is to start extremely fast and find a way to score early to kind of set that tone. So I think if you can take that away from them, call it a shutout first quarter, I think that just turns into a really long day for Drake. They're going to be fighting an uphill battle, but got to make sure that those explosives stay in check, especially early on.
Exactly. Man, when you said that, Grant, I pictured last year's defense. We used to spot everybody 7 points.
That's exactly right.
That's how you know we're dialed in, right?
Now, with it all, and we'll get to the scoring score predictions here in a minute, but I'm gonna say, you're talking about where we need to be successful at, and I think the thing you have to win the battle on this weekend isn't what's in front of them, but what's between the ears. You can't get bored. You can't get complacent on this. This is a battle of willpower on this one more than anything, because you've done it before. You beat the doors off of them previously. Now you're in the playoffs. You're coming off a bye week. You can't be complacent on it. Just know your biggest enemy is yourself for this game.
I was going to ask you guys too, coming off the bye, right? Which we went 12 weeks without one. Then we're coming off the bye here as we go into the playoffs. Do you expect the Yotes to come out sharp, or are you thinking maybe that first drive or two looks a little sloppy?
I'm expecting sharp, personally. Really, it comes down not so much to the bye week, but having the bye week plus knowing our identity going into it. They're able to sit down now and finally look into all those successes that they were having, where it was kind of piling up and we were getting those 1-score games getting the lead on people and then being able to hold on to it. Now they found the successes that they had inside it, found the schemes that were working, and they're gonna really blow the doors open. And I wouldn't be shocked if something goes crazy right away to start, whether it is a run setup that we have schemed for LJ or Reed or Carson, or if they try to work something into Fenner right away to start. But I feel like they know themselves now.
Yeah, I think another thing when you kind of describe Jake, like the not to get complacent and staying laser focused on this, I think we all believe that we can get out to a big lead and take control very early. And I think as a starter for USD, it's kind of your obligation in a game like this to go out there and be sharp and execute at a high level to ensure that you can get off the field, to your point, right? Rest up for a game because you've played a long time without a lot of rest up until this last week.
Yep.
But also an opportunity to get some guys some much needed reps, right? Because you're heading into the playoffs and it's all hands on deck all the way through. So if there's any motivation, that should be it for those starters, is to be very sharp, very early, very quickly, and just don't give this team any hope.
Yep, totally agree. And just looking at these numbers real quick, I'm not going to read them off, but just know that, again, we said this last time we played Drake. Take these with a grain of salt. They beat us in almost every statistical category, but their competition is the Pioneer League versus the Valley, with an Iowa State sprinkled in for us. So,
and that too.
Yeah, and so it makes it tough to compare these teams. But the what you take from this is they want to run the ball, and they want to keep it low scoring, and their defense is solid. And so, that's really where my head's at when I look at these numbers.
Yeah, you're nailing it spot on. The grain of salt for sure on this. I think we went. I should pull up our stats from our previous game, just so everyone's aware. But take it all with a grain of salt.
Yep. All right, jumping into the lines, guys, as we get close to the pick segment here for entertainment purposes only. Sagarin has us as the 126th ranked team. Drake is 187. Now I went back, guys, because I looked at our slides from when we did the preview show against Drake early in the year. These numbers haven't moved a ton. Both teams have moved up a little bit, but not a lot in terms of the Sagarin rankings. But I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, these are weird, especially when you've played them.
For sure.
This exact scenario has played out already.
Yep. So the line, Reddit FCS puts out their sportsbook line minus 13.5. The FanDuel line, Yotes minus 18.5, and then Massey's score prediction down here, 32-13 Yotes by 19.
Yeah, grain of salt. I'll just say that. I don't like these numbers. I think they'll be.
You're going big win, cover the spread.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. The pick segment. Here we go. New sponsor, sponsored by Amazing Adventures by Allie. Your travel game plan, no flags, no fumbles, all fun. Go Yotes. And with that, here we go. Yote Hat Allie. She's coming in 35-17 Yotes.
Okay.
I like that. Although your previous slide said we've scored 40 plus in the last 6 meetings.
Yes.
I'm starting to have regrets about my score prediction as well, but.
Yep. And while we're getting these all queued up, don't forget you're following along live with us. Throw yours in the chat. We already see Matt getting his in there. Yep. 51-17.
Big win.
Yes,
offensive explosion. Let's go.
Yes, please.
I'm trying to figure out. So what? 7 touchdowns and a safety?
Oh yeah.
It might be cold outside, but the Yotes will be hot inside. I like that.
Absolutely.
Yote Hat Allie just saw her picture up on the screen.
We got another one in the chat.
That's so good. Oh, that's Cassie. Here she comes. 42-20. Yep. That was almost identical to the last time we played them. 42-21.
Yep, we got 1 point better.
1 point better. All right. Pat, let's go, Pat. 49-21. Okay. So same defensive number allowed there with 21 for them, but a little bit more for us. 1 more touchdown, 49.
Yeah, I will say too, from everything I've heard, the team is very frustrated that they gave up those 2 garbage touchdowns against Drake in the 4th quarter.
Yes.
So it is something to think about, that they are going to be gunning for it. The other thing, before we get into our picks, and I just remembered this, playoffs have started. And you know what that means? Any true freshman who was sitting at 4 games can play without burning their red shirt.
Yep. Handcuffs are off.
I will say this from
all
what
hands on deck in the playoffs.
Absolutely. What I have seen, we've only seen one other potential redshirt burner, but now it's not happening, is Braden White. He returned, was it 2 games that he returned for? So
yeah, that sounds right.
That's something to keep an eye for. If we're going to throw him back in the return game after averaging 30 yards a return, could be interesting there. Outside of that, I doubt we see any freshmen. If they haven't played now, and maybe they'll get a play in this one, but I doubt we'll see it.
If the score gets lopsided, I could see it. But yeah, to your point, probably not going to see them a whole lot prior to that.
Correct.
Yeah, and so, I mean, to that point, more motivation for those starters to get out early, right, guys? There's a whole new kind of slot of guys that have an opportunity to get down the field on Saturday. So, good point.
Yep.
Yeah, which would be nice to see especially in the fourth quarter. Yote fan coming in here 35-17. All right, that's solid. Matt clarified 6 touchdowns, extra point, and 3 field goals. By the way, there's the math.
Thought that was an algebra equation for a second.
Yeah, it's darn near. That also tells me we had 9. That's
awesome.
A lot of possessions.
I'm going the inverse here. I'm going 41-14. Just flip those numbers around. I think we get to that 40 mark again for the 7th time in the D1 era. And I think, to Jake's point, the defense is a little upset that they allowed that many points in that first meeting. I think we give up 7, and then I think they get a garbage touchdown at the end for a 41-14 score.
Yeah, that's good. Now here comes wet blanket.
No, this is not a wet blanket score. You can't put that. You can't put that on me. After, I do regret going as low as I did on the offensive side, though. Now that I saw that we scored 40 plus in 6 straight, so I probably should have bumped this up to about 38-ish. But I will say this is a game where if this score holds as I think it will, but I think we'll score even more. Man, he'll never let me forget that. This is going to be one of those games where we just control the every aspect of the game, right? We're controlling it on defense, offense, and everything. And I'm actually going to go. I'm tailing Mitch with this prediction too. I think it's a garbage touchdown to get to 10. So I think the defense, to your point, Jake, is highly motivated to have a better performance than they did. I think they only give up 3 and they sneak one touchdown into the very, very end.
Yeah.
Man, this is rough, Grant. We picked against the boys one time and we're wrong. And
I have no defense for it. I mean, we've earned it fair and square. I'll take it every time.
Yep.
I did. Just so everyone.
Hey, if it means we'll win every game, I'll pick against us every game if that's what I got to do.
If that's what we need to do.
I'll say this for everybody too. Just so you know, in the text message group, I found the perfect GIF for these guys. So whenever they start getting downers, I send it to them. Can't remember exactly, but it's making fun of them, calling them a wet blanket. Oh, it was Roger that wet blanket.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right. Hey, Tyler's with you, though. He says it's playoffs,
Hey.
Grant. Wouldn't be surprised with that score. I agree, because playoffs, it's a whole different level, right? And you see things that you don't normally see in the regular season. So I tend to agree with that.
Exactly. And the other thing I'll add, too, is just remember 2023, NDSU was kind of in a similar spot. They lost their rival games for the most part, but kind of came into the playoffs hot. They opened the playoffs up with Drake. Unfortunately, we all know what happened in their second game, but then they ended up going all the way to the semis. So you never know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. All right. Go ahead. You ready?
Yes, sir. 42-10. Offensively, I think we'll stay similar. Here's to not seeing one of our favorite players, Tyler Ebel. Hopefully we can keep him on the bench for the game. But it's just going to be methodical. I do think the defense is very frustrated that they gave up those 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter last time, and that's why I went with the 10 points. Plus, their offense has gotten stagnant. Inagawa has he has tape now, a lot of tape. We got some stuff figured out.
Yep, agreed. And we got a Coyote Crazy 5 coming in here, 42-17. Let's go. That would be a very nice win as well.
And that's a new name too, so welcome in. I haven't
love the
seen
score
that
prediction, love the handle. I love that.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, boys. Anything else for the fine folks at home?
I don't think so. Good. One more game in the Dome is always a good thing. So, as you always, go Yotes.
Yep. Appreciate everybody. See you Saturday, bright and early.
Happy
Go
Thanksgiving.
Yotes.